Welcome to the Virgo Verdict. It's your man Will B with Tracy Riggs and my co-host Karat. I said that, but tell me,
Right.
Yeah. At least you ain't called me
yo,
sheriff like the dude at AutoZone's. Like, hey, what's your name, sheriff? Nigga, where you see an F in my name, nigga?
yo. All right. Welcome to the Virgo Verdict with your man Will B, my girl Tracy Riggs, and my man Sherrod Cohen. Hey, we're gonna sit down and have a deep conversation about some different things that's going on in the world. And today's title and subject is talking about "Don't Check My Child." You're in a situation where you're involved with someone, they have children, and you're the adult in the situation, and you see something going on with that child that may be disrespecting the parent or doing something they shouldn't be doing. And as a person in the home, do you have the right to check that child and say, "Hey, XYZ. That's the topic for the day. We need your verdict on it, your opinion. Let's talk about it. Share, subscribe, and like. You know what we got to do. Come on, let's talk about it, y'all."
Yes, let's. Um, I feel like any adult in the room who sees a child acting out or doing something dangerous, endangering themselves or others, being disrespectful, I feel like I can say something. Especially if I am the kind of because I am. I'm the kind of adult who respects children, sees children, and allows children a space to use their voice. However, if I'm living with my man and his kids are over and the kid is being disrespectful in any way to my husband or their siblings or anything like that, I'm saying something. And I should have the right to say something because we tout this thing. It takes a village to raise a child. Allow me to do that then. Allow me to be a part of the village.
Yeah.
Um, I'm I'm not I'm not the mean stepmother. I'm not the abusive stepmother. But if you step out of line, I'm gonna check you because if you don't do it the first time, it's never going to end. I'll give you an example. My fiance has a daughter. The daughter was over here one day. We were all here. The whole family was over here. And including my fiance's mother, his father, um, his aunt, me, the child, the child's mother, my fiance, and another kid. So me and her were talking, me and the child were talking. And I play with kids. And sometimes, little black kids can get a little carried away. And she had gotten carried away. And I'm good at setting boundaries and I'm good at letting children know when they have crossed one.
Mm-hmm.
She said something I didn't like, and I immediately checked her. I started with, "Who are you talking to?" Because I needed her to see me as the adult in that moment. Look at me. Who are you talking to? Now her mother, her grandmother, and her aunt were all here. They was all ready. They were all ready to check her. But she was talking to me, and I think that they were waiting to see what I was going to do. I'm not, people assume that I'm timid because I'm kind, but I'm not. And so, and plus, I think children should stay in a child's place. You can't talk to me like you're going to talk to your friend. So I checked her, and her mother didn't have an issue with it because when a kid needs to be checked, check their asses. And I was not wrong in checking her. So when I said, "Who you talking to?" her grandmother was like, "Oh shit." Because they didn't expect me to do that because all of them were in the room, particularly her mother. I let her know where she had aired, and I asked her politely never to do that to me again. I didn't threaten her or anything like that, but I let her know you wrong and you can't handle me like that. But I handle adults that way too, though. I have boundaries that I set. So if I'm in a relationship and I can't check your kid, I can't be in a relationship with you because your kids aren't going anywhere. And why? Do you want your child to be a viable adult? Do you want your child to have emotional and psychological growth? I would contribute to that. If I can't check your kid, that means you're saying to me, your kid can say and do anything they want to me. That's disrespectful to me as your partner. The other part for me is this is a topic that needs to be addressed before we get into a relationship. If you have kids, how do you feel about me disciplining your child?
Right.
What are the parameters of this discipline? What kinds of disciplinary actions can I implement when your child has done something wrong? When you are out of the house, what can I do? What can I say to your child? What will be offensive to you? What is going too far, in your opinion? These are things that we need to talk about before we agree to be in a relationship and before we agree to live together. That's my verdict.
Understandable.
For
I
sure.
need to be able to check your kid though.
I'm
Because if
checking
your kid,
everybody's kids. I don't give a fuck who you are, what's going on. That's me. You come into my
Right.
household, you getting checked. The way I was raised, you fuck up, you getting fucked up. It's just that
Right.
simple. My
if
children told all they friends, my daddy is cool as hell, but he will fuck you up. So if you don't like to get whooped or get chastised in my house, don't come over my house. I am that guy. I'm the sweetest guy you know. My demeanor is really calm and chill. But you fuck up, you getting fucked up. Now, if you don't like to get your
Right.
ass whooped in my house, don't send your children my way, because I'm going to check them. That's just the way that I am. If they ain't never been whooped a day in their life, they going to get their first ass
it,
whooped fucking with me. It's just that simple. Or they don't never have to come over no more.
oh, they can't
Plain
come.
and simple. That's just how it lays. And everybody that knows will be. No, I'm gonna say something to a child or an adult that says something sideways. I'm gonna put them in a place right then and there because they need to know right then at that moment that they fucked up. You fucked up. You know you done fucked up now, right? So I'm gonna get in that ass. Come in, let me holler at you for a minute, Playboy. A young lady, let
Mhm.
me talk to you for a minute. Because what you did was XYZ, and you shouldn't have did that. So I'm gonna let you know where you fucked up, how you fucked up, and what we can do to fix that fuck up. So you won't do it again to another adult or individual because in the streets they will fuck you up. They
Yeah,
will really get in your
absolutely.
ass
There's
because you
consequences.
talk to somebody sideways. Some people don't talk; they just come and just beat that ass.
Hmm.
The way that I am, the way that I've been raised, the way that I do, I'm gonna get that ass. So as soon as you get sideways, I'm getting you.
And
If
you
you're
know
my
what?
friend and you love me and you respect me, know that I'm gonna chastise the fuck out of whoever
Right.
come in my house or around. If we're around and we're at a venue or out at a party or something and something going on, and I see your child acting out, I'm gonna grab that child and holler, "Hey, yo, come here, let me holler at you, playboy. Let me holler at you, young lady. We need to have a
Absolutely. I
you need to
feel
do
you.
this so your mama and your daddy won't be in your ass. You know you fucked up. I'm gonna say that because that's me. You don't have to like me. I don't care about you liking me. I don't care about the parents not liking me. I don't give a fuck. I'm an adult. We need to be adults in adult situations. These children are out of hand sometimes, and they
Hmm.
need some reinforcement, something in their mind to go, oh shit, let me think about this before I say what I say or do what I do. They feel they can do
Hmm.
whatever the fuck they want to do nowadays. You're not gonna do it on my watch, not at all. Cause I'm gonna get that ass, plain and simple. I don't care how old you are. You can be 30 years old. Hey man, that was wrong, bro. You was wrong. You were dead wrong, and I'm gonna check you on it. Now you may not like it. I'm gonna have to deal with it. You might want to uppercut me, but I'm still gonna let you know you was wrong, and I'm gonna take the uppercut.
Hey, but I
But
mean,
that's
but
just me. I don't play when it comes to that. I mean, it's a respect level that needs to be taught and adorned at all times, giving times, period. If I can give it to my parents and my adult people in my life, and I'm 50 some years old, I still have a respect for anybody older than me. I'm gonna talk to them a certain way. I'm gonna answer them a certain way. And my pet peeve is what? If I'm ask you something, I'm talking to you, and I
Don't,
call you,
yeah.
and you go, what? What the who you whatting? You don't what me.
You
You can
don't
say
what me.
yes, you can say huh, you can say anything, but don't what me. That is like my pet peeve, and it just gets down because it feels like I'm getting on your damn nerves because I called your name. What you mean what? That is my
Right.
pet peeve. So that's a disrespect to me. Don't
Mm-hmm.
what. Okay, I went on a rant. I went
No,
on a
I
rant.
mean,
That's my verdict. That's my verdict, and I stand by it. Damn it.
but
You know what,
fortunately,
Will? I agree with you because I used to tell my friends, like when they would ask me to watch their kids, I would be like, okay, but let me tell you something. I put my hands on kids. I chastise kids. So if you don't want me to whoop your kid, I've since changed how I handle children. But back in the day, my friends were having kids. I would tell them, I'm gonna whoop your kid if your kid get out of line. So if you don't want me to whoop your kid, don't leave your kid with me,
There you go.
I mean, it's just
Mr.
one of the
Cohen.
things. Fortunately, I haven't had too terrible of a situation with exes, children, all that much. So and then most of the time with children, I get along real good with kids. It's like, you know, you come in, the law is laid because if you're my children's friends, I don't have to say nothing because they already done told your ass what's up, you know.
Hmm.
And then if you're coming in as somebody I'm dating, you know, I've just children just always have gravitated to me. And even when they say you look so mean to people and all this, kids just be like, "What's up? What up?" And it's like I don't have to do much. It's like, yo, chill out, man. Because you gotta let children see your sides, the different sides. Hey, I got the playful side with you. Hey, I got the stern side. I got that side where you can talk to me and there's no judgment. Hey, I'm just listening. And you with children, you have to lay that down. You got to let them know who you are in all these different situations so that they'll know. Like if that look come, you know how we were back in those. Your mom and them
Yes,
didn't
sir.
have to
Yeah.
holler at you in no
Oh
store, man. It
yeah.
was a look. Your daddy didn't have to say shit to you. It's a look.
Yes.
Hey dad, can I have this? I guess not. It's that look. You put that shit down. You watch these kids now, man. It's so bad that children are so fucked up nowadays. Teachers are quitting. Like, I can't deal with this because there's no
Yes.
discipline,
Yeah.
no structure. But fortunately, I've dealt with the majority of women I've ever dealt with children. It's been one of those things where those kids have really gravitated to me, and that's another topic in and of itself. When you deal with a woman with kids, and you like the kids,
Hmm.
and they like you back. So,
Hmm.
so yeah, I just think if I'm gonna watch your kids, if I can't whoop them, I can't watch them. So,
There you go. Just
But
as
what if you were though? Like, what if you were in a situation, Sherrod, where you live with a woman who had children that were not your children, and their children did something. They caused an offense, and you go to check them, and they say, "Don't ever talk to my kid like that," or "Don't check my kid." What would be your response?
I mean, I'm packing the mama and the child up. You got to
yeah,
go.
you got to
We
go.
it's not an argument,
Mhm.
because we're not going to live like that. We're not going to have separate families in the house. Because if my
Hmm.
kids come over and they disrespect you, I expect for you to say something to them because I can say something, but they're just going to have respect for me. They're going to be like, oh,
Hmm.
she just going to wait till dad get home. We can run amok right now. So when your child does something, I'm going to treat that child like he or she is mine. You
Hmm.
know, I'm gonna love on them. Whooping is the last thing I ever have to do to a child anyway.
Exactly.
It's just they see
Absolutely, that's the
me.
Same
last
thing,
resort.
bro.
It's the last
Same
resort. So
thing.
I hate when people say we are abusive to kids. No, we're not. Abuse and a whooping are two different things. One is
Two different
discipline.
things.
Hmm.
One is I'm gonna fuck you up because I can, right? So when I had that situation, if I ever had that situation with a woman where she's like, I don't ever want you talking to, telling my kid, well, guess what? This relationship is over. It's
Over.
done. Because I
Because
can't
there
deal
can't
with
be two set of
disrespectful
rules in
children.
the house. There cannot be
No.
two
Right,
sets of rules in the
right,
house.
right.
It has to be a combined set of rules. Because the way I was raised up, I was the disciplinary. I was the coolest guy in the house. The kids love me. All children love me, like Rod said. I think it's just part of us make as a makeup as the Virgos. Uh, they just love us. They gravitate us. But I'm the disciplinary. I'm the one. I'm the stern one. They can do whatever they do, but when it's time to be disciplined and stern, I'm the one that had that conversation with. Like, listen, hey, oh, now they know. Okay, let me think about this because I don't want to see that side of dad anymore. Like you say, it's just a way that we are. Just like dad gave that look, and sit your ass down somewhere because Pop didn't give you that look. It's the same situation. It can't be two sets of rules. So when you say, "Oh, you can't talk to my child like that," well, baby, you need to get your shit and go. You and your child because it's not going to be two set of rules in this
Right.
house.
Yeah,
Period.
if I can't, what the fuck we gonna do if I can't
No,
say nothing to your
exactly.
kids?
That
How
don't
we
make
gonna be
sense
in
to
this
me.
bitch living?
That don't make
Yeah,
sense.
nah, I don't want to live like that.
No,
No,
I can't. I can't. It's
that's a
just that
bad
simple. I
do.
can't get. Hey, we this relationship had to go because you don't want to. What's the word I'm looking for? You don't want to budge. You don't want to. Damn, I can't think of the term. Where you just where y'all co. I can't think of the term I'm trying to say.
And it's also
Ah,
too, we need to be co-parenting here.
yeah, there you go.
We need to be a team here. We
There you
need to
go.
we need to show a united front
Yes,
against these motherfucking kids.
Because they
Because
manipulative in
before
a
you know it,
motherfucker.
the kids will be running the goddamn house.
because
Yep.
they'll play
No,
on you. They'll play on you like a
yeah, they'll
mug,
play
man.
on you.
Quick.
So
And I be damned with my stepkids be in the house where I pay bills and lay my head at, is talking to me crazy, disrespecting me, and torturing me emotionally and mentally. I'm not finna live like that. And I will invite their little asses to fight. I'm not playing.
hey,
You're not finna handle me because if I don't let bitches in the street handle me a certain kind of way, I'm not finna let no kid handle me no kind of way, especially in my fucking
In my house.
house.
Come
that's
on,
right.
And
says
if
it.
my spouse or my significant other has an issue with that, I cannot be with them.
Just
We
that
can't
simple.
be together.
Well, we
All three
damn sure ain't
verdicts have
getting to
spoken.
spouse status if we can't take care of that off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Because, when you're in that dating phase, and hell, even before you start even dating seriously, I'm going to ask you those questions.
There you
I tell
go.
Hmm.
my son,
Absolutely.
write yourself some questions down because this is what I didn't do as a young man. I didn't come up with
Hmm.
these questions, these deal breaker questions that I should ask a
Hmm.
woman to let me know before I even get involved. Like, hey, how do you feel about disciplining your children? How do you feel about education, religion,
Yeah.
um, sexual orientation? All these things. These some of these things are deal breakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you answer no or yay or whatever, or we disagree with them, then that means, you know what, hey, it was nice meeting you. I gotta go my separate way because I'm damn sure not gonna be that guy that's sit up in the crib watching some kids run them up, and then I'm just sitting like, that's her kids.
Yeah, I'm her
Nah,
kid. I
man,
ain't gonna
because
do
No
every
way.
child around me has to thrive, man.
There you
Yes,
go.
absolutely,
Absolutely.
Sherrod. That's the goal.
Absolutely, bro.
That is the goal.
Yep.
Everybody has to thrive.
Yes.
And if I
Yes.
don't help you with your growth,
Who
what
am
am
I?
I there for?
Right.
If I'm not contributing to your viability as a human being moving around on this planet, what the fuck am I there for?
There you go.
So yeah, if you with a person, but again, all of this would be alleviated with a conversation
You know,
that is had prior to. But and to your point, Sharab, when I was in my 20s, you was, in your first relationships, we didn't know to ask those
Right.
qualifying
Right.
questions. Nobody told us. Nobody told me. This is
No.
shit you have to figure out. So now we're being open about it. Now the young people getting married and stuff, they have an advantage because they got all this information. We didn't. Nope. Like our parents weren't talking to us about shit like that. They weren't saying, son, this is what you do. These are the questions. You got to ask questions. These are the questions you should be asking. These are things you should be. Nobody ran this shit down us. It was like, go to school, graduate, go to college,
And
get
get a
married,
job.
have a family, live
And stay
happily
the
ever
fuck out of
after.
grown folks'
And
business.
stay out of grown
Yeah.
folks' business,
I
grown
heard
folks'
that so
business,
But you
much.
and
know,
shut the
we,
fuck up.
Go be a
we really
child. Don't
can't.
worry about
But
the
you know
baby.
what?
Right.
We got this.
Right.
We're
All of the shit
operating
that
off
all
of.
the nuance in between was never discussed.
But you got to realize too
So
that their parents didn't tell them much. They're
their
operating off
parents
Exactly.
what
didn't tell
you
them
know. So
much.
every generation has to know more in order for us, like, in order for us to thrive as a people or society or whatever. We have to be better than the last generation.
There you
And in
go.
order to be
Yes.
better than the last generation, the generation coming after us need to listen to us so that we can tell you, hey, don't go down that street. You know, hey,
Yes.
don't hold up, slow down. And I understand about being impatient because when you're young, trust me, I was probably the most impatient dude on the planet. My pops would try to talk to me, man, I ain't trying to hear that, you know. And fuck it, I'm gonna hit the street. I'm gonna earn this money in this. Man, it was just like I was just out of control. But then it's like once maturity finally set in on me and it sat my ass down and I had to I remember the day where I learned that I had matured. I was in my mother's basement drinking some Hennessy, looking at her fish in the dark. Saltwater tank, playing a change is gonna come. Man, everything it seemed like my father had been saying to me was like, it just coming in. And I'm like, oh man, this is some bullshit. He was right. I thought he was a dumbass. I thought I knew more than him. And I just painted him as this villain to everybody around me. But he wasn't a villain. He was the smart dude with what they call life's experience, which is wisdom. I had, at that time, some smarts. He had wisdom. And I didn't listen to him. But I'm glad he had thought enough to say, fuck it, I know you ain't listening, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw this bucket of water on you. I know you ain't gonna get completely wet, but if I keep throwing this bucket of water on you, you're gonna get wet enough to where it's gonna make a difference when you're in these streets. And guess what? I started seeing shit, and I was like, this ain't even me. I wasn't brought up like this. So we gotta, if, long story short, if I can't come in and treat your child like my child in all ways, you know, all aspects, I'm not just the ATM. I'm not here just to pick him or her up from school. I'm here to be in your life and to help you thrive. That's my
Helpmate.
job.
Yes, sir. A helpmate. And
Yes.
that's all
So
any good relationship needs, you know. But the verdict,
absolutely.
I think we agreed on that verdict, all three of us on that
We
one.
Oh yeah.
did. We did. So
Yeah.
what y'all think? What's your verdict? If you're in a situation where you can't chastise your mate's children, what would you do? So hit us up if you got a comment, put in the comments. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you got something real deep and personal to say, email us at virgoverdict@gmail.com.
Yeah.
So until next time, y'all, peace.
Peace.